new you, it's I.Rose, and I'm so excited to be here with you guys today. Today we'll talk about the 5 steps to building happiness. But before we get started, I want to talk about the 4 happiness chemicals that are activated in our brain every time we feel a sense of happiness. So the first one I would like to talk about is dopamine. Dopamine is activated every time we feel a sense of reward. The second one I would like to talk about is oxytocin. Oxytocin is activated every time we feel a sense of love and connectedness. The third one I want to talk about is serotonin. Serotonin affects our mood, and whenever we're feeling like a shift in the mood, it's because our serotonin has been activated. And then lastly, endorphin. Endorphin helps to manage pain and helps to also help us to feel a sense of happiness. So let's get started. And now that you guys know those 4 chemicals, as I talk about the steps, you'll be able to pair each step with 1, 2, or even all 4 chemicals. All right, so the first thing I want to say is practice gratitude. If you make it a daily regimen to find 3 things every day to be grateful for, I promise you, that will help to build a sense of happiness. How often have you ever thought about the things that you were grateful for and you were still able to be angry? Okay, I'll wait. It's very hard to do. It's very hard for you to think about all the things that you're grateful for and still be angry, upset, or even anxious. So I would encourage you to shift to gratitude. And the way you do that is by journaling every day 3 things that you are grateful for. So the next time you find yourself upset, ask yourself, what am I grateful for? Yeah. And then as you make it a task, you will realize that you have activated that dopamine chemical, and then you have also activated serotonin, which helps to balance mood. So that's a double shot of happiness for you. Next, I would like to encourage you to practice acts of kindness. I know you're like, being kind to people. Yes, whenever you're kind to someone, that also helps to build happiness. When we talk about treating people with love and giving people that affection, we are now activating that oxytocin chemical. And oxytocin is our sign of love, is that chemical that helps us to feel connected and loved. So whenever we're able to be kind to others, we're activating oxytocin. So that's a shot of that. And then if you make it a daily regimen, 2 checks, dopamine because it's structured, it's completing a task, and then check number 2 for oxytocin because now we're connected and we're feeling a sense of love and acceptance. So let's talk about the third thing. The third thing is exercise. Exercise is so important. As we begin to live a life of happiness and begin building happiness, it's important that we incorporate exercise into our daily schedule. As we activate exercise in our daily schedule, that right there helps to activate that endorphin, that pain relief, that pain killer is what I like to call it. It helps to activate that endorphin chemical. And then also if you make it a task, now it's dopamine. And then if you exercise with a friend, it's oxytocin. And then I promise you, after exercise, you will feel a sense of release and it'll shift the mood. So there, it's serotonin. All 4 chemicals activated in one. So I want to challenge you to incorporate exercise into your daily schedule. So we just talked about 3 different three different strategies. Do you remember those 3? If so, drop them in the chat. All right, next, I would like to talk about meditation. Meditation is used to help you find your center. How often have you just been off kilter off your, what they say, off your square. Yes, when you find yourself off your square, meditation is definitely used to bring you back in, to help center you. Meditating on, some people like to meditate on the word, some people like to meditate on affirmations, some people just like to focus on their breath. I love breath work, so breath work is definitely helpful in finding your center. So whatever meditative practices you use to help you find your cool, that is definitely something you would want to incorporate into your daily regimen. So let's think, meditation. What chemical do you think is activated when you're meditating? Serotonin, absolutely, absolutely. And then also, whether you know it or not, sometimes if you meditate and focus on pain areas or areas in your body where you might feel pain, and you begin to send healing to those areas, you can also feel a sense of pain relief. So it can also be endorphins as well. And then if you make it a part of your daily schedule, dopamine. And then if you do it with a friend, do it with a partner, or invite whatever your spiritual deity is, it can definitely be a force. So meditation can be a 4-hit wonder as well. So far we talked about shifting to gratitude, we talked about acts of kindness, we talked about exercise, and then we talked about meditation. The 5th one I want to incorporate or share with you guys is journaling. Journaling is so important. It helps recap your day. So oftentimes we have rough days and then we have good days, and sometimes we're like, oh my God, I want to share this with someone. And as we share, of course, we'll feel a sense of relief. So journaling can help activate that whole serotonin, because of course it helps to shift your mood. And if you were to make it a task, make it a part of your day-to-day schedule, then you'll also activate that dopamine, because once you complete that task, that dopamine release happens, because now it's a reward, right? So while we're building happiness, it's very important that we're intentional about our scheduling. So if you can you guys remember the 5 steps I provided? If so, drop them down below. All right, I'll wait. Yes, this is definitely something I'm very adamant about, and I talk to my clients about a lot. It's important that you live a life of intention. You live a life full of purpose. So if we attack this life with purpose and intentionality, we will definitely live a life and make a life, or build the life of our dreams. So earlier, some people were talking about exercise, and some people were talking about drinking water. Those things are very important. It helps to keep your body strong. Exercise is definitely one of them endorphin killers. Drinking water, eating healthy food is also good. That's that dopamine release. Every time we eat something good, every time we drink something good, it's a sense of reward, because we fight to stay healthy. And as we stay healthy, our body will feel like it's receiving the necessary nutrients it needs. And then it ignites that dopamine chemical. So today we talked about the 4 hacks to building happiness, and we explored the 5 different steps to building a happy life. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's session. And if you want more, please definitely share in the comments, or shoot me a direct message, and I'll definitely respond. I'm so excited to be here with you guys, and I'm looking forward to seeing what methods, what steps you add to building happiness. Remember, dopamine, reward, oxytocin's love, so feeling a sense of connectedness. Serotonin helps to balance your mood, and then endorphins help to relieve pain. So guys, thank you so much for sticking with me. This was the Here Center's 5 quick tips. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in the chats. Adios, peace, love, and light to you and yours. Bye-bye.